Rest in peace to Lucy Harrison. Rest in peace to Lucy Harrison, victim of MAGA. Murder victim of MAGA. Her dad killed her. This is a little harder than I thought it was going to be. Thinking about that's pretty hard. Just thinking about that is pretty hard. But yeah, Lucy Harrison is a British citizen who was visiting her dad in Texas. They got in a fight about Trump because he was a Trumper and he murdered her. And this is just so typical. I mean, Trump did tell his followers to murder people who are anti-Trump. When Rob Reiner's son killed him, supposedly Rob Reiner's son killed him, Trump claimed the murder. Trump claimed that terrorist attack and told his supporters that they should kill people with TDS. And so they're identifying people with TDS as anybody, who's anti-Trump and advocating killing them. So they're a terrorist network that keeps doing this. Hello, blood of Dom. So this terrorist network, the Trump Mutineers who keep doing this, are getting away with it too. The father who killed his daughter, Lucy Harrison, for her TDS, not only are they not charging that father and they're not charging Trump, they're not charging themselves yet, but yeah, they should be charged for not charging the father for murder. They should be charged for not charging Trump for her murder, for saying that people should kill people with TDS. And we should charge Trump and her father. Like, since she's a British citizen, maybe the Brits can get off their ass when they're firing their prime minister because he hired an Epstein, somebody in the Epstein class. Then maybe they can get a real prime minister in there who can extradite the father, since Texas isn't prosecuting him. They can extradite the father to England, and they can extradite Trump to England. They can say, hey, Trump, since you were telling your followers to kill people with TDS, and then one of your followers killed people with TDS, killed his daughter because she had TDS, you should go to jail for that, Trump, in Britain. You don't have immunity in Britain. And since you kidnapped Maduro, they can kidnap you. You broke spades on that. So, we're going to need some reactions and comments. I just feel bad because I put Lucy Harrison's name in my last live and went a full hour in that live and didn't even speak about her. And I feel like that's inappropriate and I should make up for that. So I'm just going to do a quick live. Unless people comment, then we can go a little bit longer. But just to point out that Lucy Harrison, killed by her MAGA dad for being anti-Trump, is what Trump told them to do. Trump is guilty of this. Trump is making this terrorist network who are killing their own family members for Trump. Not for Trump because their family members were going to kill Trump or something, just because they said something bad about Trump at the dinner table. And Texas isn't charging him. I think everybody who is responsible for, they should have charged him, should also be charged. Accessories to murder. No, you're disgusting, Nico. You're cheering on the dad killing his daughter. You probably whine about abortions, but you're cheering on a dad killing his 30-year-old daughter or 26-year-old daughter, however old she is. But like a person who's had a life and potentially had a life ahead of her. But you're cheering on that murderer for fucking Trump. Think about how disgusting you are, Nico. Yeah, you're a new low. You're worse than Nazis and you're worse than pedophiles because you're Nazi pedophiles. You're a new fucking low. You're cheering on that dad killing his daughter. Just like you cheered on Rob Reiner's son killing him. You cheered on the murder of Rob Reiner, didn't you? I forgot to put Rob Reiner in the title. Dude, ain't no propaganda. You're the one whose Fuhrer, your god baby, Donna Kupatinsky, told people to kill people with TDS. And now this dad just killed his daughter because she had TDS. And you're cheering it on. Fucking Nazi bitch. Cursing you, Nico. Cursing your family. Cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through you. And Modi. How come we waited over a year to bring this up? Bring what up? What do you mean? Waited over a year to bring what up? I want to answer your question, but I'm not entirely sure what you're talking about. How come we waited over a year to bring what up? How come we waited over a year to bring up what? Blood of Dorn. How come we waited over a year to bring up what? Are you a bot or something? Why is it taking you so long to reply? Yeah, there's two evil spirits here. There's Nico 4686 and there's Kali underscore 34. OF. OnlyFans? What? What? I'm not sure what you're talking about. Thanks. I'm not sure what you're talking about. We were talking about Lucy Harrison. She's a British citizen who was killed by her MAGA dad because she's anti-Trump. Have you guys heard about Lucy Harrison, a British citizen who came to visit Texas and her MAGA dad killed her there? Okay, take your own advice, dude. You guys are the ones cheering on the murderers and the kidnappers. Like, stop cheering on murderers and kidnappers. Like, you follow the Antichrist who's led you to Trump. Dude, it's not a jab against Trump. Trump told his supporters to kill people who didn't agree with him. That's what her dad did. Her dad killed her because she criticized Trump. You're cheering that on. You're a terrorist. You're a disgusting, murderous terrorist. Thank you, inner. Can I just call you inner? Thank you, inner. Yeah. We're against genocide here. No, I just curse Nazis. Nazis don't count. You're not people. Okay? You're Nazis. You're zombies. Most of you are bots. You do not count. It does not matter if people curse Nazis. Nazis are there to be cursed. Nazis are there to be made examples of. Okay, Harrison was killed. Okay, I just heard about it today. That's funny. Harrison was killed a year ago, and I just heard about it today. So again, when we could have stopped Trump from becoming president by widely reporting that MAGA had killed him. So it does take away a little bit of my claim that he killed her because Trump told people to kill people with TDS. But he did tell people to kill people with TDS when Rob Reiner's son killed him, supposedly. What is interesting and good to watch? Did I miss something? Oh, this is interesting and good to watch. Thanks. Dude, your president's a Nazi. Your president's a traitor. Okay? You're a traitor. I don't think you've ever set foot in America, so I don't think he's your president anyway. But you're traitors. Okay? In order to save Russia, you got to overthrow Putin. In order to save America, you got to overthrow Trump. And in order to save Israel, you got to overthrow Netanyahu. No, I'm not messing around. Glad you noticed. But you know who is? Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the Groypers get away. Do you remember the FBI on a meth bender? Cash was changing Tyler's roommate's gender while they helped the Groypers get away. What are the crimes in Israel? I mean, I know that Israel's doing a lot of crimes of genocide, but what crimes specifically? So Lucy Harrison's been dead for over a year. That's sad. You sure it didn't just happen and you got the date wrong? Maybe somebody was talking about it because it's been a year. Oh, Putin's all up in the files. You're trying to cover for Putin now? So Skippy, who admits he's a KKK Klansman, is trying to cover for Putin. Interesting. Okay, that guy's fantasizing about having sex with minors. That guy from Australia is yelling, acting like he's ever mattered in his life when he doesn't. Oh, they murder grandmas in hotels? I had not heard about that. That sucks. Yeah, that's terrible. Murdering grandmas is bad. So is murdering your kid because they oppose Trump. But I guess he's been gone for a year, so. How long ago was Rob Reiner killed? A couple years ago, or a couple months ago? And Trump bragged about it. He claimed that attack. He claimed that murder. And he said that more murders like that should be done because Trump's a murderer. He's a terrorist. The British government decided to open a fact-finding inquiry into her death recently, but she died over a year ago. So that's why it's made the news. So we should be talking about it. Thank you, Blood of Dorn. It made the news because the British government is finally doing something. Maybe now that they got rid of the Epstein government. Now, didn't Britain just get rid of their Epstein hiring prime minister? New low. Nico, you're a dumb bitch, dude. Okay, bro, like I told you, if you want, there is some video links in my channel about some people asking a Muslim man about Islam. You'll find it interesting and good to watch. Have a good day. Thank you. You can check out my channel, Church of Judas. Check out my content under the hashtag Church of Judas. Judas replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. So we're replacing the Christian religion. You might, as a Muslim, be interested in how we're going to replace the Christian religion. We're replacing the Christian religion with the Church of Judas. But the Church of Judas could be very, tight with Islam. So if y'all want to work that out, Church of Judas, I don't see would have any problem with Islam, because a lot of what the Church of Judas is the opposite of what the Christian church was. And what was the Christian church? Going to crusades and shit against Islam and everything else since then. So if the Church of Judas is going to be the opposite of that, we should be really great partners with Muslims in making a much more religious world. So Church of Judas replaces Christianity. Check out the hashtag Church of Judas. Yeah, we're replacing all your churches. That person said, you ain't replacing shit. No, we're replacing all your churches. While you burn down our libraries and schools and knock down our White House and destroy our government, we are replacing all your churches. Church of Judas is going to replace every Christian church, every Orthodox church, every Catholic church, every Mormon church, every Scientology church, anything Christian or Christian related or pseudo-Christian, all getting replaced by the Church of Judas. We're replacing it all. Watch it happen. This is kind of where it starts. I mean, it started with Jesus and Judas, but this is kind of where it starts. So you found the channel for doing it. And everything I say is covered under free speech and freedom of religion. Interfitra says, you are a good and kind man, I know. Take a look. Maybe something changed, bro, okay? I'll check it out, Interfitra. I remember your name. I will go to your site. Also, if you comment on my content, it'll make it much easier for me to just click your profile and go to your name and see to your content. Anybody who has content, any main characters in chat, please comment, leave an emoji or something, and I will go to your content and check it out. Archon's controlling everything. I appreciate that, ninth level, but here, get on my level, okay? Jesus talked to Judas about the Archons. Okay? Jesus talked to Judas about the stars ruling over the world. And he said those stars have an appointed time to rule. And then that time comes to an end, and the people will rule themselves. Democracy, right? But the time of the Archons, the time of the stars, comes to an end. And that time comes to an end when Judas is revealed. Judas has been revealed. I wrote a whole ass book about this. Check out the Church of Judas. Check out the Church of Judas hashtag. Check out the Gospel of Judas. You can just read the Gospel of Judas, Judas' side of the story, with Jesus' secret conversation with Judas, or read my book, the Book of Judas, which I put the Gospel of Judas in here, and then I explain everything about it that I can think. Or I explain a lot of stuff about it. So check out my book, the Book of Judas. Or check out the hashtag Church of Judas to replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Where where I leave content, bro, just I don't understand. You can leave a comment on my content. Just go to my page. I make a lot of videos. Comment on any of them. I'll find your content, hopefully. YouTube might hide the notification. But hopefully I'll find your comment, and then I'll just click your name. But I'll also look you up. Interfitra. Am I getting it right? Interfit RA. See, there's the Nazi with the Nazi profile. You're not my friend. Everyone hates you. That person loves you. That person who's been cheering on Trump the entire time says Michael with a bunch of hearts as soon as you show up with your swastika profile. Just saying. If the FBI was worth a shit and wanted to investigate terrorist networks, you got some leads right here. What would you say if you had 5 minutes with Jesus? Let's find out. Pretend that you have 5 minutes with Jesus right now and say what you would say. They've already tried that. I believe the FBI and the cops are probably going to get mad at you guys for calling them on me. They're probably going to start investigating you guys for false reports. Just saying. Report all you want, but you're probably going to start getting investigated for false reports. Wouldn't say a thing. I just listen. That's a good Wisconsin in-gun guy. I would imagine, yeah, if you did have 5 minutes with Jesus, he'd probably have stuff to say, and it would probably be wise to listen. That's a good point. Good point, Wisconsin. I tell Jesus what a piece of shit his father is. Good point, Premium. What we're going to do is, okay, Jesus is from the goddess, okay? The Antichrist, yeah, all that's bullshit. All that Christianity stuff, that's all bullshit. That God is faker than living fuck. That God is evil, faker than living fuck, and bullshit. You can tell by what Christians did. But Jesus is real. Jesus is true. Jesus just came from the goddess. That's how you know the difference. Jesus is from the goddess. The Antichrist is from God. That God is fake. I'm the FBI agent assigned to this chat. Just logging info. Thank you, Blood of Dorn. I'll remember you. But look, since you're logging info, you do realize that I'm not a threat to anybody. I'm just talking about religious freedom, America, stuff like that. You got all these Nazis in chat. Got all these Nazi Klansmen in chat. So if you're logging information, I've got a real Nazi hunter showed up earlier today. I'm not saying that the FBI aren't real Nazi hunters, although you guys approved Tulsi Gabbard to be Secretary of Intelligence. Like, you know, you guys seem pretty compromised. But we've got real Nazi hunters who are going to be hunting these Nazis in chat now. So thanks to some guy, I think his name was Jake. But he seemed awesome. I can't wait for him to find. And Jake, if you're rewatching this live, thanks for all your work hunting Nazis. You're awesome. Director of Intelligence, whatever. She's a Russian. I just heard him planning and encouraging a terrorist attack. Dude, you guys are the terrorists. If he's legit FBI and he's going to admit it, he should be tracking you guys. Like, that's all it is. And I've said that for years. I do these lives, so if Trump Hooteniers come in here talking their Nazi bullshit, somebody can track them down. Like, that's the power of the internet. When they leave comments bragging about murdering Renee Nicole Good, when they leave comments, you know, joking about it and bragging about their murderers and terrorist acts, you know, they're supporting terrorists. I think I'm entitled, since, look, let me just do this real quick. Since all caps, LMTRIBS dash lowercase T6W, is it T6V? T6V. When LMTRIBS hyphen T6V, if he has any property, I should be entitled to his property, because I'm officially reporting him for a pro-Nazi, pro-execution, pro-terrorist comment. What has more brains than Renee Good? The front seat of a Honda Pilot. So I'm reporting that comment that he put a couple of laugh emojis behind because he thought it was funny. I'm reporting that comment for supporting terrorism. Okay? So if he has any property, I should get all that property because I'm the one who's reporting his comment for supporting terrorism. Channel activity, he joined 4 months ago. He has 0 subscribers. Y'all want to hear some of his other comments? Do I need to put any of his other comments out there to qualify for all of his property? This guy's never been with a woman other than his mom. Loser. Just your pussy. Bro, you're having a breakdown. What a retard. This guy's such a hilarious douche. This guy probably gets to co-eds in his basement. Co-eds. And he spelled co-eds lowercase C-O dash capital E-D apostrophe S. Apostrophe S. Just you, pussy. Reported for hateful content. Yeah, I hate Nazis. Fuck off. Loser. This guy's never been with a woman. That was all from illegally invading. Let's get all this content for the Nazi hunters. Channel activity. He was here on Puffin Sings Foxen. He was here on illegally invading Greenland and dog party discussion. He was here for Puffin Sings Foxen. The dog party discussion was on 1/15/26. He was here for a Foxen show on 2/2/26. What has more brains than Rene Gut? The front seat of a Honda Pilot. He told the same joke again. Bro's crashing. Bro, are you having a breakdown? He was here for Church of Judas ends Trumpism, Patriarchy, Christianity, and War for 2/2/26. Can't read accurately. I bet you want to have sex with a lot of people's husbands too. How will your mom feel if she finds out that you're offering to have sex with other women? LMAO, fuck your clan. This guy is no threat to anyone's wife. Dog, maybe. LMAO, this is the face of liberalism. What they told, get out of your mom's basement. The memester wants to bring this clown. ICE is doing a pretty good job. What has more brains? He said that one a few times. This nutcase is about to have a complete breakdown. Bro's crashing home, waiting for Bro to just end it. Bro on the verge of breakdown. Hey, project much? You can get what you get. All right. Let's read this long comment this person bothered writing. Oh, that's Kali. Let's not read it. These are great. Keep reading these. I love it. Thank you, LM Tribs. But aren't you a Nazi? You cursed me 1.5 months ago, and I need it to stop, please. Didn't I tell you how to accept the curse? Didn't I tell you how to undo the curse? I'll remind you. It's Jesus, dude. You got to do the opposite of everything Trump does. You got to find the real Jesus. I did you a favor. You're still alive after a month and a half after I cursed you, dude. Find the real Jesus. It's the opposite of everything Trump says, thinks, and does. You'll find the real Jesus. Trump's the Antichrist, so the opposite of Trump is everything you need. Okay? I gave you the curse, but I also gave you the way out. So that guy took me seriously. Replace all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism with the Church of Judas. Church of Judas replaces all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism. Replacing all their churches. Okay. Yeah, I put a curse on you. I already put a curse on you, Wizard. Don't worry. You are insulting the name of my religion. Steffelson's here. Take him more seriously than any ignorant MAGA cultist. He says, I take him more seriously than any ignorant MAGA cultist. Thank you, Steffelson. I appreciate that. And I appreciate all your contributions. Yeah, Jesus is replacing all patriarchy, Christianity, war, and Trumpism with the Church of Judas. You can check out my hashtag, the Church of Judas, for how that happens. Jesus is from the goddess. If people are talking about a Jesus and they're not telling you about the goddess, then they're talking about a fake Jesus. The only person agrees. That's the whole point. You guys don't matter, okay? You Trump Putineers don't matter. There's one person in the chat right now. Steffelson. One. There's one person. Net and YouTube's counting 22. That's a troll count. There's one person in the chat right now. Steffelson. I'll talk to Steffelson. When people ask, what is your opinion about Jews? They're a Nazi. They don't need to be talked to. They don't need to be responded to. Okay? Yeah, I can curse your fake religion. I can curse your fake Jesus. I can curse your fake Antichrist Jesus. Yeah, Church of Judas. Yeah, Judas. Thanks, Luddite. Church of Judas. One person and one Fed, too. Don't forget that. Thank you, Fed. It's nice to have somebody on shift who's like an American. The fucking Feds they keep putting in this chat, the Feds they sent to my house, one of them seemed okay, like she just didn't get it. But the male FBI guy, he was making excuses for Epstein. As soon as Epstein came up, he was like, well, yeah, and it's like, dude, why are you just making excuses for Epstein out of the blue here, FBI guy who really didn't have to say anything? Anyway. And the FBI is obviously helping the kidnappers. Helping the kidnappers of Nancy Guthrie. Make sure you have your papers once ICE gets there. You bootlicking bitch. I'm going to extra curse Nico 4686. Cursing Nico. Cursing her family. You got any family, Nico? You really should have thought about that. Do you have any family? Let's talk about your family for a second. You got a mom still? Yeah, you're here now. You're not necessarily coming back. Do you drive a car? You got a mom, Nico? Church of Judas. Church of Judas Priest. Breaking the law. Breaking the law. Yeah, Judas Priest is kind of a badass when you think about it. Oh, nobody's mad. Yeah, God protects. God is fake, dude. You and your God, you're fake. Like, you're fake. You're a Klansman. Your God is fake. Thou got another thing coming. I like your style, the real term. I like how you can, like, roll with it. Like, you can accept when people say things. Oh, this cricket is directly threatening people's families right now. No, dude, I cursed your family. It's not a threat. It's a curse. Like, dude, you wouldn't get it. Just go away. Like, you should go be with your family while you can. Oh, hold on. Let's curse this Nazi. We're going to curse this Nazi and curse his family and curse Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through him. And he's gone for another day. Send to state authorities. Dude, they're going to get tired of your false reports and they're going to come investigating you for your false reports pretty soon. Reported for threats. Dude, nobody threatened shit. I cursed you. A curse has nothing to do with a threat. I could threaten to curse you. Sometimes I warn people before I curse them so they have a chance to leave, which is not a threat. It's a polite warning. It's a way to get you to escape. But whatever. No guidance on curses in my FBI handbook. Not sure how to report it. You can't report it, dude. It's religious freedom. Don't report Ulysses. Cool. Thanks, Shadow Band. It doesn't matter if they report me anyway. They don't have anything to report me for. I mean, again, they can get investigated for false reports. You know, hopefully they'll be investigating the first one. Yeah, Jesus is real. I have proof of Jesus. The Gospel of Judas is the proof of Jesus. The churches won't tell you about it because it also proves the churches are bullshit. The Gospel of Judas proves Jesus is real and the churches are fake. So you'd think that some churches would be like, well, you know, even though it proves our church is fake, we really care about Jesus. We want to tell people. Nope. They don't want to do that. Emma, I was hoping you were that good Emma person. Emma, I thought you... Wait, wasn't there a good Emma person? Wasn't there an Emma human here once? Or a good spirit who was named Emma? You're not that person, are you? Let me check out your channel activity. Yeah, you were here before. But you said AOC sucks in free Minnesota. I don't know about you, Emma. You might have to comment more. Before I get... Oh, Emma is their Nazi queen. Okay, then fuck Emma. But I also don't trust you. Wear the cheese hat? I mean, you're the boss, right? I am pro-union. You're the Fed, right? Don't I generally have to do what you guys say so you won't shoot me in the back? Okay. Still not cursed. You can't define Nazi. Dude, I can define Nazi by I'm cursing the Nazis. Does that apply to you? Cursing all the Nazis, cursing all the Klansmen in chat, cursing all the Trump Putiners in chat, cursing them all the way back up to Trump and Putin and Netanyahu. Yeah, Blood of Dorn, dude, if you're a cool FBI agent, I'm cool with you. If you're an FBI agent who's protecting kidnappers, why would anybody be cool with you? If you're a cool FBI agent, dude, we could probably work together. I could probably help you out. If you're going to help overthrow Trump, you know, if you're taking it back to we're going to overthrow Trump and all his minions, I could help you guys out. If you're like, cool, FBI. Somebody's really upset about Renee Good. Or they're really pleased about Renee Good because they're a Nazi. You're the kind of person that ends up in a cult. No, dude, I make cults. I made Unicopia, the unicorn religion. I opened Church of Judas. I didn't make that, but Jesus and Judas made Church of Judas, and I opened it. Oh yeah, I'll help the FBI stop Trump mutineers if there's any FBI that's good enough to do that. I told the FBI to their face, you're gonna have some good FBI who catch you guys for helping Epstein. You're gonna end up with some good there's gonna be some good FBI. Maybe they have to keep it secret right now that they're good, so they don't get caught by the bad ones. But you're gonna have some that turn on the other ones and ultimately take Trump down. I mean, maybe the FBI won't take Trump down. Maybe somebody else will take Trump down. But there is such a good thing as good police and good FBI. Now, the thin blue line is bullshit because the police only use that to justify shooting innocent civilians. But when ICE is kidnapping police, that thin blue line just went away. I haven't heard of a single cop shooting a single ICE kidnapper, even though they kidnap cops too. So thin blue line's a bunch of bullshit, right? It only applies to shooting people who are less powerful than you, not for shooting people who are more powerful than you, more fascist than you. There's no real power there. I came up with automatic citizenship. Somebody said I don't come up with original things. I came up with automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. That's one of mine. Automatic citizenship for everyone ICE contacts. A corollary phrase is life in prison for all ICE agents and all their enablers. I came up with that phrasing, although I think most people agree with that. They might have a different way to say it. He'll know when they come. Well, okay, that's a Biden approach. Someone said nothing will happen because once people get into a position to change things, they will probably use the power to serve themselves, and since everybody else is doing it, no one will snitch. I mean, that could be the explanation of why Biden didn't release the Epstein files. But why did Biden allow a genocide in Gaza? Why did Biden not arrest Trump for the other stuff Trump did? Are these all three the same thing? Is it all part of he was compromised by Trump and Putin? Gospel of Judas is a Gnostic text, and Gnosticism has been proven to go against both the Old and New Testament. Yeah, but it hasn't gone against them enough. Like, we win. Jesus wins. The Gnostics win. Sorry about that, but Jesus wins. Nico, all caps is for... Dude, I'm sorry, but like you're a Nazi and I hate you, Skippy, but that was funny. I mean, except for the re word. We don't say the re word in America. Nobody said that in America for like 40 years. All that says is that you're Russian. I work for ICE. We'll see you soon. Said don't cap 123 spelled D0NTKAP 123. D capital O. Everything else is lowercase. D capital O or 0 NTKAP 123. Said I work for ICE. He put a little cop emoji too. He's pretending that the ICE are cops. He says, I work for ICE. Let's read all this stuff. He says, Ultra Vigito UV. I love Russia and hate Israel. Did you stand with Israel when they blew up the oldest operating church in the world? Dude, nobody stood with Israel. Saint Porphyrius and unalive 24 women and children inside. Did you stand with Israel when they blew up the oldest... We read that. You're a Jew, not a Christian. Screw you. Everybody hates Zionists. Did you stand with Israel? No, nobody stood with Israel, dude. I've been against Israel more than you. I've been against Netanyahu more than you because I'm against Putin, bitch. And you're with Netanyahu's master, Putin. What the fuck does that show you know? Jesus is God. Gnosticism does Jesus and God as the demiurge, two separate beings. Both of the Old and New Testament say Jesus is the Father or God. Yeah, but what'd they do to what'd they get out of that? What type of fake God came out of the Old and New Testament? Jesus is from the goddess. He will face federal forces. Cap says so this guy can know the language that will be spoken to him at his door, loud and aggressive. Cheering on bootlickers. Bro is the white liberal final boss. Hold on, dude. That was kind of funny. Okay. Any good comments? No, just that. Hmm. Oh well. Sorry about the Nazis in chat. Can I take the cheese off now? I don't think it helped. We're trying to get like more good people in chat. Less Nazis, more good people. Less Nazis, more good people, please. If you're a main character in chat, go ahead and leave an emoji or something. Hit the gritty if you hate ice. Yeah, you guys are Nazis for supporting Trump. Everybody knows it. Some of you are Nazis because you brag about being Nazis. The rest of you are Nazis because you don't call out the ones who are bragging about being Nazis. Shit's pretty simple. See, look how Skippy left Nazi symbols in the chat. Do you guys want to tell Skippy he's wrong for leaving Nazi symbols in the chat? Let's see how many of you tell Skippy he's wrong for leaving Nazi symbols in the chat. The Nazi is in the room with you, bro. Yeah, you guys are in the chat. Are you guys going to talk shit about Skippy for leaving Nazi symbols in the chat? Or are you Nazis? I'm talking shit about Skippy. I'm saying, Skippy, fuck you. Fuck your family. They're literally LARPing. LARPing as a Nazi makes you a Nazi. Like, it's not a fucking excuse. I don't care if they're fucking 12. That shit don't matter. They're fucking Nazis. I'm cursing them. I'm cursing their families. Dude, nobody loves you, you Nazi piece of shit. Yeah, of course you would, because you're a Nazi piece of shit. You don't matter. Okay, all you Nazis bragging about, oh, I'll do things opposite of you. You do things the opposite of everything good. That's all you ever do. You're a bunch of opposite day losers. Yeah, cursing all the Nazis in chat, cursing all the Trump Putin Klansmen in chat, cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through them. Dude, nobody has to explain how you're Nazis. So you claim to think that being... Why don't you tell us about why you think Nazis are bad? Put it in chat. Why do you think Nazis are bad? What do you think's bad about Nazis? Can you say anything against Nazis? You didn't say anything against that Nazi in the chat, so you're Nazis. Shit's pretty easy. Like, that Nazi's still here. You guys could have said something against him. You didn't. No, just Nazis are Nazis. You're Klansmen. Would you like that better? You're Klansmen. Trump Hooteniers are all Klansmen. Will you say anything against that Klansman who's using Nazi symbols in chat to reveal that he's a Klansman? I mean, Nazi's more appropriate, but Klansman's the same thing too. Meth heads aren't worse, dude. These are meth heads. Like, it's the same thing, dude. Meth is a Nazi drug. See, Skippy's doing Roman salutes to Asmodeus. Asmodeus will do Roman salutes back. You guys are all fine with it because you're all Nazis. Like, this shit's not hard. It doesn't devalue the word. Saying they're just cosplaying devalues the criticism of Nazism. You're acting like Nazi is a valuable word that needs to be preserved. It's not. Fuck Nazis. Fuck you for being a Nazi sympathizer. See, this is the problem. The memes that been chosen, the names that been chosen, you're getting cursed for being a fucking Nazi, for acting like calling out the Nazis is diminishing the power of word Nazi. No, fuck you, you Nazi piece of shit. I'm cursing you for protecting Nazi fuckheads. They're literally LARPing. They are wannabe Nazis. So you have a higher standard for Nazis. You see what I'm saying? You're coming across like a fucking Nazi, and you do not want to get cursed for being a Nazi. Because even if it's a fucking mistake, the curse don't care. But I think I've heard everything you were going to say. Skippy, you have a token Jewish Nazi. You have Netanyahu. Skippy's asking Asmodeus if you can be his token Jewish Nazi. He's bragging about being a Nazi, trying to recruit more Nazis. Where was the FBI agent again? Blood of Dorn. Yeah, I'm cursing you again. You haven't said any... Yeah, I'm cursing you again, Asmodeus. You came in here pro-Nazi, didn't you? Of course I'm cursing you. Why would you even come back here? The curse hasn't happened yet? Let's look at your activity. Okay, LM Tribs, you said you're the issue with our party. People like you make us look bad. I'm sure you're a fake Republican, but with the intentionally trying to make our party look bad, you're a joke. Dude, that's actually, I respect you. I don't know what that person said that pissed you off, but I respect you for having at least tried to clean up your fucking Nazi party. I'm sorry for spoiling your Black Panther party. Oh, this will be easy. This is an easy decision. I'm going to go ahead and curse this guy. I'm cursing his family, cursing Trump and Putin and Netanyahu through him. And I'm going to go. At least I got to curse one more before I left. See y'all later. And yeah, let's get justice for Lucy Harrison, killed by her MAGA dad for being anti-Trump. And that includes get justice against Trump, the one who called for people to kill people for having TDS, the terrorist leader. Black Panther, Black Lion. I mean, I'm not one, but that's who I support. I'm Ultraviolet Lion, Blue Lions. Thanks for being here. See y'all later. Hopefully never see the MAGA Nazis again.